There's a lot of people in the audience who are like, I've researched this rabbit hole better than any news person. Give me a mic. Well, I'll show you how.
I think that mainstream media is it's just dying, guys. This course that you created, is this just for anyone if they want to get into independent journalism?
Yes, anyone can be an independent journalist. You don't have to look a certain way or be a certain age or have a certain degree. In fact, journalism school degrees are a waste of time and money at this point. They're teaching outdated things and they're very expensive. So when I went independent, I was so astounded at the amount of support I received from the audience. I had a bigger audience than ever, and I was making more money than ever. And I was like, more people need to know this. The people who are still in the corporate news need to know. You got into journalism, you believed in it, now you're controlled, and it sucks. But there's another way, because I've had so many colleagues just leave the industry and give up on news. But you don't have to give up on news. You can go independent and do it yourself. But there's a lot of people in the audience who are like, I've researched this rabbit hole better than any news person. Give me a mic. Well, I'll show you how. That just like weighed on me for like a year or two after I left Fox. I was like, I really need to teach people how to do this, because really what we need is as many independent voices out there as we can, covering news the correct way, which is with honesty and integrity, truth seeking first, no special interest, but also knowing how to monetize it and knowing how to reach the audience with what matters, because people can do all kinds of research and then they bury the lead. You may be the best collector of information, but if you don't know how to present it to the audience will never know what you actually covered, and they're not going to follow you. So I was like, I need to teach people everything I've learned about making an impact and making money as an independent journalist. And so finally this past year, I was like, I've got to create this course. So I spent 2024 developing this really in-depth course that cuts to the chase of how to be successful as an independent journalist. It's a 12-week course. You don't have to mess with the BS of journalism school. You save a ton of money. You learn the essentials of what you need to be successful, and you can jump into independent journalism and be successful. Before I created the course, several different people came to me and said, how can I do what you're doing independently? I gave them tips and they're all flourishing. The biggest one is Dave Bondi, who was a corporate news anchor. He went independent. He's now making more money independently, and he has close to 1 million followers on social media at this point after taking my basic tips.